Hello folks, Paul Pekoski here with Online Business Pro Solutions, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is for even a graphically challenged individual like me to create a simple landing/squeeze page with Thrive Architect. Before we dive in, if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments section below. And if you find this tutorial to be helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. That way you will be notified every time I upload a new review or a value pack tutorial such as this. And if you are having trouble building a thriving, sustainable online business, do yourself a favor. Click on the link below that says Online Business Pro Solutions, and you're going to get free access to the action plan that I use. Okay, now if you want to get a hold of me other than through the comment section below, my Skype username is pwolf77. You can also contact me at my email at paulonlinebusinessprosolutions.com. And if you have any questions regarding making money online or anything regarding the reviews or the tutorials that I put out, go ahead and hit me up. Talk to me. I'm here to help you. The reason that I'm saying landing/squeeze page here is there are a lot of opinions out there and differing definitions of what a landing page is and a squeeze page is. Some say they're the same, some say they're different, some say one's a subset of the other, and I guess by my definition they're all somewhat right. Landing pages and squeeze pages are standalone pages, and what I mean by that, they're not directly tied into anything else other than a specific call to action. Okay, you don't want to use your about page as a landing page or a squeeze page. Okay, a lot of people do. The trouble with that is it distracts people's attention away from the call to action, the thing that you want them to do the most. That call to action is, generally speaking, you want them to purchase something, you want them to sign up for something, lead generation, or you want them to download something. And there's other pages, there's other types of pages that you can direct them to, but this specific page, whether you call it a landing page or a squeeze page, its sole concern is to get them to take a specific action. Now, I think probably the difference might be that on a landing page, you might include a little more backstory. You might include some supportive content that is steadily corralling them toward your end goal, them making that decision to sign up or download or purchase. Whereas a squeeze page is usually something as simple as a heading, a subheading, and the call to action. That's it. They can often be used as even pop-ups. So I think that would be, to me, the more specific difference between the two. Now, I'm just going to show you a very basic, it's really going to look more like what probably most people would consider to be a squeeze page. You could add a lot more content. You could add pages that they could scroll through and call it a landing page. But I'm just going to show you how simple it can be to make something that someone else is telling people they're doing for them and they're charging them a lot of money for. They're saying, hey man, this is really expensive to do this. It's so difficult. We're going to do it for you. Make it so simple. Push button profits, that kind of thing. So I'm just trying to show you that even the fact that, I can't even draw stick people without people wanting to know what it is. I have no artistic qualities whatsoever in my nature. I like to write. I'm good at that. But when it comes to the graphical, not very much. So if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, here we are at my WordPress dashboard. As you can see, I've already got, of course, Thrive dashboard, product manager. So I'm assuming you're interested in using Thrive. Once you get it uploaded, all you have to do is go to Pages, and we're going to, well, actually, just add a new page. That'd be the easiest. Okay? All right. We're going to add a title. Let's just say, I don't know, make tons of money. I'm actually not going to publish this, so I'm going to go ahead and save that as a draft and then launch Thrive Architect. Now, while that's loading up, this is basically what I want to try and recreate, or something similar to that. I'm not going to use the same background image. I think it's sort of tacky using fancy cars and fancy homes and all that, but to each their own. But we're going to use everything that's in here in the center. I'm going to try and mimic it fairly closely. Okay. All right, what you see here is a landing page that I use for my web page, Online Business Pro Solutions. If you recall, we said that on a landing page, such as the nature of what we're working on right now, or a squeeze page, we do not want it tied in with our website navigation. We don't want anything to distract our potential clients from that call to action that we're requesting of them, either to buy something, to sign up for something, or to download something. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, you go over here, you go to the cloud, and it allows you to change the template. And you can see here, they just have an unbelievable amount of templates and their sets. So you don't just get one thing, you get like bunches and bunches. Like say, okay, I'll just open this one up here. You can see they've got silo pages, they've got local business focused, service business focused. That one's probably a little more intense. What we need to look at, let's look at an online course smart. There you go. You got a sales page, you got a thank you page, you got a lead generation page, an order confirmation page. The key is, and I'm the first to tell you, I pretty much use these. They're professionally done. They all work in sync with each other. All you have to do is change out images, change background colors, change some fonts, just rearrange some things. Of course, you're going to change the text. But it's almost all done for you, and it's extremely professional, really awesome material. So what I'm attempting to show you today is way out of my comfort zone. We're going to start from absolute scratch. Even their blanks have options. They have styled and boxed. Here we go, blank page. We're going to start with that, choose that as a foundation template for our landing page. Okay, well, I don't want any text right now. I'm going to get rid of that. Not quite sure what to do with that. We'll close all that out. Okay, I want it completely blank. Now, I'm confessing to you right now that this is a bit of an experiment. I haven't tried this. I've worked with Thrive Architect. I've worked with the existing templates. I have not tried to build one from scratch. So this is an experiment to try and show you that even a novice like me, someone who's not very graphically inclined, can, with a strong, robust, intuitive platform such as Thrive Architect, you can develop beautiful landing pages and squeeze pages. Okay, we're going to want a background. Just like they had that Ferrari in the background, I'm going to go ahead and add a background. What I'm going to do is, you have to get the images from somewhere, and I don't want to take too much time. That maybe is a tutorial for another day where all you can get images. You just want to make sure that the images you use, you have the absolute right to use, that you're not borrowing or stealing anything from anyone that's copywritten. And if best, you want something that's somewhat unique. Okay, I use Canva myself. for a lot of things. It's sort of a one-stop design platform. Some of the people that I work with, they feel maybe it's a little too artsy. I just found it's very easy to work with, especially someone that's a novice like me, and there's a lot of training out there for it. And I plan on setting up some tutorials in the near future on some elements out of this. So they have photographers and designers that are constantly adding new material here. I chose this picture. I like that. The guy's obviously working, but you know, he's chilling on the beach. I don't know, maybe he's checking all the money coming into his bank account from his online business. Maybe he's checking out his latest blog. Maybe he's checking out the latest video review that he's made. So I just happen to like that. I'm going to try and add that to here. We need to go into, we used the cloud to change the template. Now we're going to go into the elements section. And that's where all the tools are that you really need to put this whole thing together. We're going to click on the elements. Okay, I want a background. So let's see how this works here. Okay, I have a background section. Now, right now it's set to, like, it's showing the height. I'm going to go ahead and match the height to the overall screen just to make it easier to work with. But you can adjust that. See how that's going to adjust. I'm just going to click on this box here and match the height to the screen. Okay, now we want to choose our background style. There's all kinds of things you can do, and I'm not going to get into all of them, but you can see here how you can make a lot of arrangements, changes. There's so many things you can do with this, but we're going to choose background style. You can either do a solid color pattern, say you wanted an all black background or an all red background or whatever. You can do gradients, where the colors just slowly fade out or fade in. You can do like patterns, such like a wallpaper kind of thing. You can actually do effects. You can actually have videos. You could have like the stars moving against a night sky or something like that. For our purposes, we're going to choose an image. I actually already uploaded an image to my WordPress dashboard. Here you go. That's the one I was talking about. Bam. And let me insert that. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. That's cool. Old boy is just chilling. Okay, let's apply this. All right, that's our background right there. Now, one of the things you're going to see when you look at this, you see how this is all centered. I do know from experience that to try and take an image and manipulate it around to the center in this whole page, and then try and add lead generation and center everything, get it all lined up, it's really difficult unless you break this down into thirds. Okay, so we have a nice center section. So we're going to go to elements, and we're going to go to columns. Inside the background section, we're going to add the columns. Now it gives you options. We want them in thirds. There you go. There you see our columns. Everything centered. Okay, now, once again, if you look back to this picture, there's a lot of stuff all sort of tied together, all inside one particular box. So let's see if we can find a content box. Here we go. So we're going to put a content box inside the center column, inside the column, like so. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay, click to add text or drag and drop element from the right panel. Okay. I'll just click it. What did this text say? Discover the no-selling system that's ranking in 1,000 to 2,000 daily on complete autopilot. All right, let's go ahead and just type that in. You can see I don't type much. I'm going to go ahead and just put a new line in. I'll tell you what. I'm going to pause this just for a minute, type everything in, and once you see it typed in, then we'll go from there, okay? I figured you didn't want to see me going through the torture of typing all that in, so okay, I've got this entered in now. Let's see if we can make some changes here. I'm going to go ahead and go with white, just like they had. Once you go into colors, you can just take this all the way up. You can see where the white is. Just take it all the way to the white. Or you could actually type in the hex value there. I'm going to apply that. That should change the color on the text. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let's see if we can change this. We're going to change. Let's go to Google Fonts. Let's go to ones that they recommend. That's quicksand. I'm going to go to Roboto. Let's apply that. For some reason, that changed that. We'll just go ahead there. Okay, Roboto, FFF. Okay. Let's change the font size. Sort of fill that in. Let's center everything. Okay. Now, of course, against that background, it doesn't look so great, but let's go ahead and we'll come out of there. Let's set the content box. Let's go ahead and set a color. Okay, well, I already had a gray in here. Oh, it's reminding me to save my work. This is a great thing that they do because you can lose your work rather rapidly if you don't save it. Bam. Okay, when you pick a bold color like this, you can set the level of transparency. See, I get a lighter, I can get all the way to black. But they did theirs transparent. Let's go ahead and do it like that. And you can definitely see that. Okay, let's go back up here into the text. And go to main options, line spacing. Let's see if we can maybe tighten that up a little bit. Think maybe just a little bit like that. How's that look? Discover the no-selling system. It's ranking in 1,000 to 2,000 daily on complete autopilot. Okay. So far, so good. Let's take a look at our picture. The only passive income solution you'll ever need. So there's a little more text. Let's go ahead and add text element. We're going to put this underneath the existing text. So below text, bam, another box there. Okay, this is okay. Bam, bam, bam. All right, now with theirs, what they did, okay, this is, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to try and take this to Roboto. I'm going to take this to yellow. Some shade of yellow. That's pretty yellow. And let's apply that. See how that looks. Okay, that's pretty cool. And let's go ahead with Roboto with this also. Okay. So we go up here, hit Google Fonts. Okay, I'm showing only recommended. Now, something about this, I'm not sure. I've noticed that sometimes just because that says that, it doesn't switch to that. You sort of need to play with it, put it to something else. Like say it's Open Sans. Let's put it to something that it wasn't. Put it to Montserrat. Okay, see, we changed it. Now let's put it to Roboto. Okay, now it's Roboto. I'm going to go ahead and apply it. Oops. I made it bold. I'm going to center it. And let's see how that looks. Hey, there you go. Discovered the no-selling system that's raking in 1,000 to 2,000 daily on complete autopilot and the only passive income solution you'll ever need. Okay, that's everything they did. Okay, now we need to put this lead generation form in there. Okay, that's the whole goal. That's the call to action. Okay, we want them to sign up so we can get them started with this program right away. Okay, let's go ahead back to Elements and let's look for lead generation, if I can find it. Aha, lead generation. We're going to bring that to just below the text. So you don't want it below the columns. You don't want it below the content box. You want it, because we want it in the content box below the text. Let's try that. Wow, that's pretty much perfect. Okay, and if you look at theirs now, you can edit this form. There's any number of options that you can have right away. If you don't want, a lot of times on my lead generations, I don't ask for their name right up front. I just ask for their email address. So I could actually knock out the name box. But in this case, since they used it, we're going to go ahead and just use it like they did. Okay. If you want to edit the form elements themselves, click on that and you come in here and you just click on each one, and at that point you can make alterations. Okay, like here I'm going to change the text. Let's see, what did they say? Get started now or something. Yeah, get started now. Okay, so I'll just get started now. Bam. All right, they got name, they got email. Okay, now the button itself, you can change that if you wanted to. I'm going to leave it the way it is. It looks fine, but you can change it. Yeah, there's all different styles, all different things you can do with that. Okay, I'm going to hold on to it. I'm just going to apply it. Bam. Okay, you can make them smaller, bigger. You can change the colors. Okay, you can do the same thing with the boxes. You can change things. You can change the typography, the fonts. One thing I do want to do, I'm going to go ahead and say this is done. Okay. You spend too much time, and to be honest with you, you especially in the early stages, if it looks really good and it works, just do that. You can tweak things later on down the road, but for now, I mean, this has gone, I know this is a fairly long video, but this process to make a fairly professional squeeze page, I think is working pretty well. So, especially the fact that I'm almost as much in the dark as you are on this. So we are figuring this out together. Okay. Now I'm not going to get too much into this, but from here you would be setting up the target URL, meaning which page would open up, where they would be redirected after they filled this out. It'd normally be like a thank you page. You can hook this up to, you'd hit, when you do it under edit forms, you'd hit API and you could set and integrate this to your autoresponder. So I'm not going to go into all of that right now. This is really more about the design phase. But one thing I do want to do, I sort of want to get this centered a little bit better. So let me see if I can hit content box and layout. And basically you play around with this till you get it centered where you want it. I think that's pretty good. The only thing we might do, let's take a look and see where. I'm going to make this just a little bigger. I'm going to take this, each side column, to try to get it to like 30 maybe. Oops, I had it. So that's 40. Yeah, sort of like to see a little of his face. Not that it's... Go to his chin, 32.3. Oops. Okay, there we go. All right, that's basically it. I mean, if you look at this, there they go. Now, you know, I could make it shorter, smaller. I did that when I just set it. But your name, your email, get started now. All the information, fancy card in the background. And here we got our guy chilling. Discover the no-selling system. The only passive income solution you'll ever need. You know, you can move these things around, do whatever you want, but that's basically it. If this is something that's of interest to them, they're definitely going to fill this out. They're going to click that button. Okay, let's go ahead and preview what it would look like. Click down here on the preview button. Oh, I didn't save it. Hang on. See, I screwed up. You got to save everything you do. Okay, all changes saved. Now let's preview this. Aha! There you go. All right. So there you go. We just built a pretty fancy little squeeze page, landing page, whatever you want to call it, fairly short term with extremely limited knowledge. There's just one more thing we want to do here. You always want to double check and see how this is going to look on a mobile device. So if you come down here, you click on this mobile device. Wow, we sort of got lucky on this one. Generally speaking, when you do a design for desktop, it doesn't look this good on mobile. You need to make some adjustments, which all you have to do is just go inside and you'll see it brings up all the options that you can make whatever changes you want to do. Okay, now be aware, and then of course you have to save your work when you're finished. Now be aware that any changes that you make while on a smaller device like mobile or tablet and then save is actually going to not change. That didn't sound right. It will not change what you have already designed for your desktop. Changes you make on desktop will make adjustments on the mobile and tablet, but adjustments you make on mobile and tablet will not alter anything that you've done on desktop. All right, that is it, folks. All right, folks, that's a wrap. And if you're looking for honest reviews and value-packed tutorials, keep coming back. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, ring that bell. If you are looking to build a legitimate, long-term, sustainable business online, do yourself a favor, click on that link below that says Online Business Pro Solutions, and you'll get free access to the action plan that I use. Folks, thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.